I'm going to just going to do a brief summary of the previous two uh, sessions that we had, right? So we can get right into what we are doing for today. So can you see my screen?
Not yet, sir. Okay, I
Oh,
can see now.
did I stop? I thought I was sharing my entire screen. So is it showing now?
Yes, sir, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see your screen now, sir.
All right. So we've covered creating what you call UX and UI with artificial intelligence, and we've tried to explain what it means, why it's important, and how to do that. So after the class, please just leave me a message on the group to ask me for the link to the recording of the two other classes. So it's already on the platform, but I know messages might have covered it, so you can all take your time to go through it and learn and practice what we've done,
Well noted.
right?
Thank you.
So the first thing that we did was we we discussed what a persona is and why it is important for us to create it. So we said that a persona is a representation of the users that will use your app or your website, as the case may be. Because remember, let's say Emmanuel has an idea to create an app that translates English to Igbo, for example, right? His understanding of creating that app will be what he knows about the Igbo language and the different maybe proverbs, poems, depending on what he wants to translate. He can create an app to just say it will only be translating English poems or English literature into Igbo, right? Meanwhile, what Igbo people want is an app that will make them be able to translate the Bible, for example, into Igbo, right? But because Emmanuel is creating his app in his office or in his workstation, he doesn't know what the people who will be using even his app will require. So you create a persona to be able to understand what the users of your prospective user would be, right? That's why it's important for us to create personas. So it's a representation of the people that will be using the solution that you have created. It helps you understand your users, and it helps you avoid the mistake of generalizing your solution, right? Because there are some solutions that is targeted at specific set of people. Are we together? So there are some solutions that you create that is not for everybody, it's for a particular set of people, right? So if you create an app without a persona understanding the people that will use it, you fall into the trap of generalizing the solution that you're offering. So that's one of the example, right? So I'm just going to do an example with this prompt that we have. It says create two beginner-friendly user persona for a Nigerian mobile app user. Include name, age, goals, frustration, blah, blah, blah. Keep it simple. Now, let me copy this. I'm going to be using, please, is my screen still visible?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to be using, uh, let me use Gemini. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm just pasting my prompt here. Where is it? 1 minute. So it's pasting as an image. Let me paste it in the Word document, then we can copy it from there. So 1 minute. Let me take this call. Guys, please just give me 3 minutes. Somebody needs to access the office and I need to get him a code. Please, pardon me, just give me a minute.
No problem, sir.
All right, thank you.
This is a woman. Yeah, friend. Yeah, that person. That person. That person. You start. Start with younger one. That person. Awesome. Have you started to? I remember mama. That's your mama. Instead of saying bad person. You know you're bad. You know you're a bad person.
All right, guys, sorry for the interruption, please.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so is my screen still visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fantastic. So you can see the Gemini interface, right? Hello, can we
Yeah,
see the
yes,
Gemini
you can
interface?
see it.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, Shrida, you are with us?
Yes, sir.
How you doing
I,
now?
I went out before, very fancy.
Okay, so did the Lovable get back to you?
Yeah, their robot got back to me.
So were you able to resolve the issue?
No, I did what you suggested. I just used a screenshot to redevelop it again.
Okay. So
So
after the maybe when we are done with our session, I want you
yeah,
to explain the issues you have with to the class and let them also learn from it, because that's one of the reasons for these sessions, for us to collaborate and learn from each other. So just to provide context, Shida is working on a app. He had some issues and he had to contact the support at Lovable. And we already anticipated what the result would be. So I had a session with him last night so we can find a way forward. So he apparently has already found a solution. So he will just explain what he did to find that solution. Then I'll give pointers on why I recommended that solution to you. Right? So should I please remind me if I say we are closing the class so that everybody can just learn from what you are doing.
okay, all right.
Thank you. All right. So we want to create a persona for a Nigerian mobile app. Name, age, goals, and so on and so forth. So we could have used ChatGPT, any of the platforms. So let's just use Gemini. Remember, we said, why is this important? It helps us understand our users, their needs, how to better tailor our own solution or app, website, whatever the case it is that we are creating that solution for, right? So now, remember we said create two. So the first persona is the e-commerce buyer, and he gave an age bracket of 28. Now, to safely purchase fashion items, find great deals, keep track of order. Now, the challenge is fear of fraud, receiving wrong item, difficulty in navigating complex menu, slow, expensive delivery, unclear return refund policy. Behavior: use the app mostly on weekends after work hours, relies on visual cues, prefer use of USSD banking or transfer rather than saving cards on new app. Ask friends for recommendation before downloading the app. Now, I want to explain if I was creating an e-commerce app, why this was important for me. Now, you see, the first thing, he said, what is this customer after? They want to be able to purchase items without leaving their house. That means I need to create an app that is mobile friendly, because everybody is on their mobile phone now. Even our grandparents, our parents that are elderly, they are on their mobile phones, right? They want deals and discounts, and they want to be able to track their order. Because if you walk into a physical store, you buy an item, you're seeing it, you pay, you pick it, you go home. There is no worry. But if you are buying online, it's not like as you buy, the item will automatically appear in your room. It takes time to get to you, but how fast will it get to you and what would it cost? So when you order, you don't want to pay so much for it to get delivered to you. So if you are creating a platform that deliver items to people, that means you need to put into consideration cost of delivery. If not, your app is like every other one that is out there. So if every other app is charging, let's say inside Enugu is a state in Nigeria. Let's say everybody is charging 2,000 naira for delivery inside Enugu. And you as a new app that is offering delivery service for, let's say, fashion items, for you to be able to get more customers to sign on, your target is not going to be making profit from delivery, because all these apps that we use that do delivery, there's a profit margin. It's not as if the delivery service is the exact cost that you are paying for. They make a margin, right? You can decide, you know what, because I want my app to get signed on, at least let's say for the first 6 months, you don't want to make profit on delivery. You are making profit on only what you're selling. So my delivery is going to be cheaper. Instead of 2,000, I'm going to charge 1,500 or 1,800. You might say 200 naira is nothing, but that 200 naira can make 1,000 people sign up for your app because they are saving money. Now, I wouldn't know if that was going to be a challenge for app users if I don't create a persona for my app. Now, let's go to the second part. It says frustration, fear of fraud, or receiving the wrong item. So this gives the app developer an idea that if I'm creating my app, I need to make it transparent. And how do fraud happen online? People put their ATM card and fishers, they tap the details of their card and debit them without them knowing. Or they pay for an item before it is delivered and the item never gets delivered and they don't get their money back. Or you order for something that is black and they send you something that is white. It has happened to me before, true story. So I ordered a man purse. As a matter of fact, I have it here. I'm going to show it to you there. So I ordered this purse, right? It's a very simple purse just for my phones, my modem. So when I'm on the move, I have access to it. So it's a male carry-on purse. I selected color, do whatever. And when they were going to deliver to me, they delivered a woman's purse to me that was shiny. It had silver designs on it. It was totally different from what I ordered. So what happened? Whoever was selling it, the person did not have what I wanted. And instead of canceling the order, they asked me to go ahead to pay because I ordered it on Jumia. And so apparently Jumia gives them some kind of targets for what they order and deliver. So they don't want to miss that target. They just went ahead and delivered the wrong thing to me. Of course, I got my money back later. It took a while, but that was a bad experience for me. And I raised a very, very strongly worded complaint to whoever was managing it. That is fraud because it was deceit, right? So if you are creating something that would you know, that will contest with what is already out there that people are using. You want to be able to address the issues that they have, right? If people want to buy something, is it complex? Is it easy? Are every details clearly stated? Is the return policy clearly stated? If I buy something today, how long do I have to return it and I'll get a full refund or a replacement? But some of these platforms, if you go there, for you to even get the return policy, you have to go to some hidden place. They will not say, oh, this is the return policy. It's something that you agree to. Meanwhile, it is not easily visible, right? So those are the kind of things. So if you have this kind of information and you are creating your own app, can create something that will work better than what you have out there, right? So that's an example of what, having a persona can, do for you, right? So let's move on. So we also discussed what a UX is, right? And we said a UX means user experience. Now, a user experience is different from what you call a UI. A UI is called user interface. So I'm going to give you an example. Look at this, even this same screen that I'm showing to you now. You can see I'm showing, this is a PowerPoint presentation, right? So PowerPoint is a software on Windows that I'm using to present to you guys. Now, I will use it to describe what a UX is and what a UI is. Now, a UI is how this app looks, this PowerPoint, the way it looks. I can see the home button. I can see the save button. I can see where to insert something. I chose a black theme because of my eye. I don't do too well with bright stuff. So it has a black construct. I like the way it looks. It looks nice. It looks like organized. That's UI. Now look at the PowerPoint I'm presenting to you. The text is white. The background is blue. So it's easy for you to read what I am explaining to you. That is UI. UI simply talks about aesthetics, how your app looks. Is the color okay? Is the text readable? Are the pictures clear? Is the is the is it appeasing to look like? Is it attractive to look at? That is what UI means. Just the way your app, your website, the way it looks, the colors, the text, the positioning of how your app is. That's what UI is. But UX, on the other hand, explains the process of using different functions on your app. Let me give you an example. On this my PowerPoint now, if I wanted to insert an image here, it's very easy for me to do that because they have made the insert button to be very visible. So easy. I just click insert and I select what I want to insert. I choose for my device, whatever it is I want to insert. Let me say, for example, I want to insert my picture. I insert it, and you can see my picture. It's very easy for me. That's a very good UX. It's a very good user experience. Because insert option, when you are creating something visual, PowerPoint is mainly for visual creation, unlike MS Word that is for text-based mostly, right? But PowerPoint is more visual. That means I'm going to be using pictures, I'm going to be using symbols, I'm going to be using videos, right? Which I need to insert into this page. Now, it will have been a very bad UX that if I need to insert something, maybe I have to go to File, I have to click Option, I have to click Settings, I have to click About, I have to go to about 5, 6, 7 process before I see the Insert button. Meanwhile, that Insert button is a button that I use all the time. That is a very bad user experience. That's a very bad UX, right? So that's what we are saying, that if you're creating an app, the critical functions, the most important things that people are going to use your app or your website to do, it has to be easily accessible. It shouldn't be hidden anywhere. For example, let's go to the HIBANE website and use it as an example. We're going to do www.hibane.ai. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
All right. So this is the home page. What's the first thing you see? You see the name of the company and you see an example of, or a brief description of what HIBANE does. It tells you it's a consulting firm, where they are located, their mission, and their vision. Very easy. But if I had opened this page and the first thing I see is, let's say, a video of a robot, no explanation, no what it means, I'm wondering, okay, what's happening on this page? That's a very bad UX. Let me give you an example again. Immediately you open the web app, you can see a tab that says services. That means you can easily click it and know the services that we offer. You can see a service that says training. You can see a list of training, paid training that we have easily, right? You can see a tab that says join the Bani AI Hub. Very easy for you to register to join our hub, which is our WhatsApp platform, right? From the home page, I don't have to go into, I don't have to click service, I don't have to click service, then scroll, click another button, then scroll, click another button before I'm able to join the community, right? Because a very vital part of what we are doing is this community initiative that we have. Do you get what I'm saying? So your UX talks about what um what your app or your website is doing and the processes that it takes. Let me give you an example. We did an illustration during our previous class, right? So I told somebody to share the screen of their phone, and we were looking at the different functions. If you are using your phone, either you are using an iOS device or you are using an Android device, there are certain functions on your phone that it is very easy for you to access. Most likely, you are going to click just one button. An example is turning on your data. You don't have to take 3 steps on all mobile phones that you have now. You don't have to take 3 steps to turn on your data. You don't have to take 3 steps to turn on your Bluetooth. Why? Because those are functions that you use every day, right? If you want to turn your data, if it's an Android device, most likely you scroll down your screen, you can see the data button, just click it. If it's your iPhone, the same thing, click turn on, turn off. It's very easy to see. But if you want to do something, for example, let's say you want to check the name of your phone, maybe it's a Samsung Galaxy S20, for example. You can't see that information on the screen of your phone. You have to like click setting, click maybe general, click about, then you now see the information of the name of your phone. Why is that function not easily accessible? Because it does not affect the experience of you using that phone. It's not a function that you use, that is not an information that you need every day. So you can have, the developers of that phone can afford to hide it somewhere. But a function that you use every day, it has to be easily accessible. That is the concept behind UX. That's the concept behind user experience. How they are using your solution. Is it easy to use? I'll give an example, another example. All banks have either mobile banking apps or internet banking platform that you can use to do transactions, pay bills, do transfer, buy airtime, buy data. And you realize that not one banking app looks exactly the same as the other. because their understanding of user experience is different. There are some banking apps that for you to do transfer, you click this one, click that one, do this one. You can't go back to edit what you have done. You have to close it. But there are some banking apps that to do transfer, you just click quick transfer, put the person's details, put your own password, put amount, and you are done with your transfer, right? It looks different because everybody has different aim of creating their app, and the experience they are trying to achieve is different, right? And another thing that you know about UX is when you create an app, your app or your website should not be set in stone. Don't create a product that you cannot review. Don't create a product that you cannot upgrade. That's why you see on your phones, when you are using an app, after a while, they will tell you that there is a new update. Why is it's just that it's not that they just like creating updates, because people that are using the app, they have given feedback, and the creators of that app has analyzed that feedback and say, oh, we need to improve on this. So they improve it, they tell the user that, okay, update your app so you can have a new user experience. That is what happened. That's the main reason why you see app updates every day. As a matter of fact, that's the main reason why you see that you have a product this year from the same company. Next year, they will create the same products, but they will create it in a better way. That's why you have that a Toyota car that was done in 2021 is different from the one done in 2025. It's still the same Toyota car, but it's a better experience because they've upgraded, they've added this, they've added that. The same thing with your phone, iPhone 6, iPhone 12, iPhone 13. Now there is iPhone 17. They are going to do more. There is iPhone Air, there is this, there is that, because everybody is trying to improve. So something we need to learn and keep at the back of our mind is that, because remember, all the solutions that we are creating in this academy, we are creating it using AI. Some of us have coding experience, some do not have at all. But we are learning and, gaining skills to use AI to create these things. So some of these details that developers know and they are trained on, we also need to know it, because even if you are using AI to create your solution, there are things that AI will not teach you. There are things that you have to know, and that is why we're having this kind of conversation, right? So why is it important for us to have, a very good UX, right? It tells our users to, know where to go to on our app. You can know the issues that people are facing because we are creating feedback, right? People have a very good experience using your solution, right? So now let's do an example. We are going to use this prompt to create a user flow for an expense tracker app. Then I will use it to explain why UX is important. We are still going to go back to Gemini for the illustration. So I'm going to use another prompt. I'm going to paste it. So it's very straightforward. Let me paste it here. So it says generate a simple step-by-step user flow for a mobile expense tracker app. Include sign up, add expense, and view dashboard. I'm going to add inflow. Instead of dashboard, I'm going to say view transaction history. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Fantastic.
yep.
So I'm going to send this. So now, if I'm creating that expense app, if it's somebody that is not trained or just an average person that just says that, you can use AI to create an app, they'll just copy and create an expense app without understanding the concept of UI, UX, or user flow. Now look at this. Now, there's going to be different things happening on your app. If you want to use an expense app or you want to use any app, most apps ask you to sign up or create an account to have a full experience. Or some will say you can access some things for a limited feature. And then when you sign up or create an account, you can then start having full access. Or some will say you will pay for certain things. You have a free version. You can pay for certain things to have access to. Even when you pay, they will say, okay, there are different levels of payment, right? That's the user experience or that's the user flow. Now look at this. It says step one, when the person launch the app, how do they launch the app? They tap the app icon, right? The first thing they see is a landing screen or a welcome page. We call it a splash screen, right? A splash screen, just a minute. A splash screen is the first thing they see. And what is there? Sign up, login. Very easy, it's not hidden, right? So if you are creating your app, you won't go and hide your sign up or login button somewhere that is not easily seen, right? For them to sign up, the user types sign up, a registration form. Now, the required field you see is very simple. Email, excuse me, password, name. Sorry, excuse me. Jason, Jason, get me water. Get me water in the cup. Sorry about that. Now, if you are using some app, for example, if I go to any platform and I want to sign up, and you ask me for more than my email address, I am automatically put off. You know why? Because data is very important. Thank you. Please excuse me, I'm perched. Let me just take a book. Let me take
Go
water.
ahead. It's
Sorry.
necessary.
Apologies for that. All right, let's get back to it. Now, some apps will tell you, put your email, put your phone number, put your address, put your this, put your that. That's so much information. Even this app that I'm using now, this Gemini, Grok, OpenAI, that's ChatGPT. If you want to sign up, the only information they're asking from you is your name and your email address. There is even an automatic Google sign-in. Very easy to sign up. That is what we mean by a user flow, a good user experience. Don't stress whoever wants to use your platform, right? So by the time I sign up, I use your app or your website, whatever it is that you're creating. I've experienced that I can say, oh, this thing has value. If you now tell me that, oh, to access more features, we need additional information, it is easy for me to provide it because I've already experienced whatever it is that you offer. But before I even start using your app, you're already saying, you know what, bring this information, bring this information. Even me, all the apps that we create right now for customers, there is none. Although, of course, they will argue to say this, but we always get to crazy. All the apps that we are creating, we always make sure that at least see what that solution is first before you even sign up. Let me use an example for you. So there's a platform that we created now that is for commodities trading. It's called Trezor, right? So this is the app. So you can buy frozen fish and stuff. It's for a company in Ghana. Now, this is the first thing you see. This is what I mean by the welcome screen. So if you click get started, there are three things you see. You can view the inventory. You can sign up as a buyer and you can sign up as a seller. Without signing up, the main thing that this app does is for you to be able to trade commodities. So without signing up, you can view the commodities that are available for sale. Different type of fish, salmon, shrimp, mackerel, tilapia, whatever the case may be, right? Without signing up. But look at what happens. So let's say I want to buy this salmon, for example, and I say view details. Because I've seen the fish, I like it, I want to buy it. I see the price. Let's say I want to buy 2 cartons. They have told me the price. I can see all the details, so I can make a decision if I'm buying or I'm not buying. Now, if I want to proceed to buy and say I want to contact the seller, if I contact the seller, I don't even have to create an account. I can send the information that is required and contact the seller, right? But let's say I want to now buy these items. It will then tell me that, okay, you need to create an account. So if I don't have an account, I can then sign up and sign up as a buyer. And if I'm signing up, I just need email and name and a password to create my account. But I've already seen everything I want to buy. I've seen the price. I have an idea. But imagine I come to the app, and for me to even view this inventory of what they have for sale, I have to create an account. Is a total turn off. Because people might just say, why am I creating an account? I don't even know if I want to see something I'm going to buy. So that is the example of what we are talking about, where we are talking about user flow and where we are talking about UX. Are we together for the guys that just joined us this week who didn't participate in that class? So when you are creating any solution, before you even go ahead to your AI creator to say, you know what, this is what I'm creating, you need to have these things at the back of your mind that, okay, what I want to create. And it's very simple. Before now, what we will do is we'll create a questionnaire, then we'll share it to people that, oh, I'm creating a app that I will use to, let's say, sell shoes in Kaduna, for example, or in Kumasi, or in Tema, anywhere in the world, right? If you are using this app, what would you expect to see in the app? Then I'll make a list. Then I'll collect back that questionnaire. Then that's what I'll now use to, create my app based on the area I want to target. It takes time. It takes resources. Sometimes you even pay people to do that for you, right? But now, because we have AI, I don't have to do it. I don't have to do that. Just go to your AI agent, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok, any of these open source AI, and type your query there. Create a user persona, explain what your app is. Create a UX experience or a user flow. Tell the AI what your app is, and it will create it for you. Within a couple of minutes, you have that and you can go ahead to do your development. I don't know, is there any question so far? Any question?
Not
We
at
covered
all.
UI. Not at all. All right, so let's get right into it. So today we are going to be doing something a bit more technical, and I would like everybody to please pay attention, and I want you to ask questions and engage and do everything, right? So we started creating an app last week for Aniat. Aniat is one of our members. And the app is called Aniat Modern Interface. That's just a name you can change later. So we are going to use that as an example. Unfortunately, Aniat is not even with us today. Is she here today? No, she's not. Okay, so let's let it load. Okay, so we started creating this. So this is supposed to be an event logistics app. You want to move tent, chair, whatever, decoration items from one place to the other, set it up at an event space. That was the idea, right? We are not creating what we are going to be doing today is to go into the back end, the code base, and the database management to understand what it does. Now, when we are creating whatever it is that we are creating using AI, remember, what we are seeing here at the beginning when we're doing introduction to vibe coding, which is what we are doing, developing solutions without having knowledge of code base, right? AI is writing all the code. It doesn't mean AI is creating the magic. All these things that we are seeing, all these interfaces that we are seeing, there is a code that is generated to for us to see it. And we need to understand how it works. Even if you don't know how to write the code, we need to understand how it works. So we are using Lovable now for our development, right? So this is the interface for your prompts. This is where you communicate with the agent, then it creates what you want to create. So I'll give you an example. I will explain some of the tabs here so we can see. The first tab here, this one you have here is analytics. And if you click it, it will show a detail of the people that have used your website, where they are from, pages that they stay on, right? But for you to do that, you need to publish your app first. So let's publish this. When you create anything on Lovable or any of your AI creating apps, right? If you don't publish, your app is only going to be visible to you. It's not going to be visible to anybody. But now that this is published, so I'm going to copy this link. I will paste it in. I'm going to paste it in our chat. So even wherever it is that we are now, if you click that link, you're able to see the app, right? So it's published. So I'm going to click analytics, the first one, right? So it's going to show you list of visitors to us. I remember we just published, so there are no visitors yet. So it's showing 0. It's going to show you views of your page, views per every visit, duration, and so on and so forth. By the time this app start having visitors, they are going to see those data populated here, right? So whoever is managing the platform can take decisions. So that's not even where I'm going to, but I'm just pointing that out so at least you have an idea what where I'm going to is this, your code. Now, everything that is going to be happening in the front end of your app has a code base. And the important thing of uh, this is that, so let's say you create your app and in the future you want to scale, or scaling means you want to expand, right? You want to scale and you have created the app with Lovable. However, Lovable is not able to implement what you want or the way you want it. And you need to do that upgrade to your app. It's very easy for you to do that because there's a code base. You can edit that code to suit what you want. So for every code that you have for all the app, for different functions on your app, I'm going to explain what each of them means. You can download it and save your code in a file. That this was what I was asking yesterday if you saved. So for example, so I'm going to take it one by one. Now, there are different folders. Let me minimize it so we can take it one after the other. The first one is the public folder. Now, your public folder contains everything that nobody needs. Which English will I use now? Nobody needs permission to access. They don't need an admin right to access. Nobody needs to give them the access to it. Once they have the link to your app or they load your app, they can see anything that is in your public folder. I'll give you an example. The first one is called favicon. Does anybody know what favicon means? Anybody? Please take notes of the terminologies of these things, because if you want to, even when you are vibe coding, right, you need to be able to explain to your AI agent what you want it to do. So that's why some of these terminologies are important. So this is what a favicon is. So if you open any website or if you open any app, there is always an icon that represents that app. Let me give you an example. So if I go to the same, let's say I go to HIBANE website, for example. Let me not even use HIBANE. Let me use the same, another app that we created for a customer. It's called Fritana. So Fritana is like a marketplace in Ghana. They use it for, you can buy and sell cars on it. So this Fritana, right, is a platform where people can order cars, buy cars. You can also sell your cars and so on and so forth. So that's not the purpose of this session. So if you look at this place, I don't know if can I zoom? If you look at this tab that has, I need somebody to unmute their mic so they can answer my question. Anybody? Uh, okay, Shrida,
Yeah.
fantastic. So if you look at I've loaded Fritana. At the top here, you can see an icon beside the name. The icon is a car. Can you see this? Where
Yes.
my that icon that you are seeing, that's what you call a favicon, right? So a favicon is like a symbol of your app or a symbol of your website. For most apps and websites, it's usually the logo of that company or the logo of what your service is. For example, if you open, let's say you open the uh, WhatsApp on your phone. If you want to open WhatsApp, that green logo that has that white chat button, that's the favicon for WhatsApp. If you want to open TikTok, for example, that white logo that looks like a D with a black background, that's the favicon for TikTok, right? So for any
Okay.
app you are creating, for people to see that they know that okay, this is a standard app, you need to have a favicon. Even Lovable has a favicon. If you come here, you see this love icon here that you can see here. You are seeing that it's showing the love. That's the favicon for Lovable. And that's the symbol, that's the logo for Lovable as well. So it's stored in your database. It's not that it's just created anywhere. But
Wow.
if I have, do you understand? So if I have come and say I'm creating an app, of course, my AI creator will create my app for me, right? But it will choose a random favicon. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
So you
yes.
know what you are doing. You need to prompt and say, you create a design for your favicon. You can use that using Gemini or any image creator of AI that you're using, right?
Okay.
And most times, favicons are not the same size as your logo. They are smaller.
Okay,
So if
sir.
you have a logo, for example, you take your logo to that AI creator and tell the AI creator that create a favicon version of this logo. Then you take that logo, attach it on uh, Lovable, and tell it to update it to that. So we are going to do an example.
Okay.
Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Now, if we
Yes.
come here, sorry, did somebody ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Oh, Ali is here. Ali, how are you?
Sir, please, I'm doing great.
All right. All right. I didn't know you've joined. All right. So I'm going to go. So this is Aniak's logo. Is this car that looks like a truck for delivery? So I need to change the favicon for this app to this because currently when you load that link that we created, let me copy it. You see that the favicon is showing Lovable. That's wrong. That's not professional because Aniat has a logo. The favicon should be the logo of Aniat. So I'm going to copy the logo for Aniat, go to Gemini and create a favicon, right? Are we together?
Yes, yes, we are.
Fantastic. So I'm going to come here. So what I'll just take a screenshot of this. Or since we are on it, let's learn something else, right? So for your business, you need a logo, just like you need a name, right? Are we together? So
Yes,
let's
sir.
say
Yes.
you don't have a logo and you want AI to create a logo for you. You know you can do that. So I'm going to come here and go to, I like Gemini is very good with image creation because of the Nano Banana integration that it has, right? So I'm going to come to Gemini. So there are different things. If I wanted to create a video, write something, so I'm going to choose create image. So if you are using Gemini for image creation, you select Nano Banana. Is either you select it down here or you click this button and you choose this, right? So I'm
Okay.
going to tell you to create a logo for Aniat. Let's say we don't like that logo. So for the purpose of learning, there are different types of logos, right? I mean, this has nothing to do with AI, but it's knowledge that, remember I said, if you're chatting with or prompting with AI, there are still some technical things that you still need to know. So there are different categories of logo, and I'm going to use this to do an illustration. There is a logo type that we call letter mark. Letter mark is a type of logo. An example of letter mark is the HIBANE logo. So this is the HIBANE logo. Let me zoom it so we can. So this is the HIBANE logo. There is no
Okay.
additional thing. What you are seeing is the name of the company, HIBANE. But you can see that it is not written in plain text. Are we together? There is color
Yes.
then there is some kind of design to it, right? So it's simple and straightforward. It's called a letter mark, or sometimes you call it a word mark. It is a type of logo. That's one. There's another type of logo that we call emblem. Emblem as in EMBLEM. Emblem. Emblem means is like a symbol. An example is your WhatsApp logo. You can see that WhatsApp is not written on that logo. It's just a symbol that represents WhatsApp. But we are used to it. We know that when we see that chat symbol, that green and white chat symbol, it is WhatsApp. That is an emblem, right? There is another type of logo that we call mascots, right? A mascot logo is a logo that has most times an image representing something. It can be a horse. A it can be a house, not a house. It can be a house, yes. It can be an animal. It can even be a human being. An example is the KFC logo. Let me come to KFC
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
logo. Now, this is a mascot logo. You can see that, what do they call this man, sir? Colonel Sanders. They call him Colonel Sanders, right? He's not an actual colonel, actually. I mean, you can research into that later anyways. But he's the founder of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is actually his image, right? But turned into a cartoon. That is the logo of KFC. Anywhere you see Colonel Sanders' picture like this, it represents KFC. That's what you call a mascot logo. So there is a symbol that represents something, and they can add words to it, right? Another, are we together? Are
Yes,
we
we
learning
are.
something? We are learning, right?
Yes, sir, we
Another
are.
type, fantastic. Another type of logo is what you call a mix mark. No, remember we said word mark or letter mark. We have mascot, right? And you have a emblem, right? Now
Emblem.
there's something you call a mix mark. A mix mark is it can combine a word and a symbol. It can combine a symbol and a word. It can combine a mascot and a word. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, we do.
You can understand. An example of a mixed mark is the Google symbol. Let me come here. The Google logo, rather. Google. Now, Google has two types of logo. They have this G, this one, this colorful. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Google has this colorful G, and they have this one that is just their name, Google, written like this. In some of their apps, you will see this Google written like this. In some of their apps, you will see only the G, depending on what the app that you are opening, right?
Yes.
That is a mixed mark. It combines both, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you'll
Yes,
be
we do.
asking me that, Mr. Kenny, we are talking about AI. Why are you learning this? We are learning this because if you are developing a app for a customer now, and the customer says, I don't even have a logo, and you want to create a logo for the customer, you will not just create logo and say, I choose one of these logo. You have to present yourself as a professional and explain to the person that, oh, this is a wordmark logo option for you. This is a mascot option for your logo. This is a mix mark option for your logo. So when you are telling that person, you sound professional. They know that this person knows what they are doing. It's not that, oh, you are just bamboozle them. You don't know what we are talking about. Because if they were talking to a designer that went through the process of training, it's the same thing that we are learning and that we'll be learning, right? So have we learned something?
Yes, sir.
Very
You are not encouraging me. Nobody is dropping emotion. Nobody is dropping thumbs up. Nobody is saying we are enjoying class. I'm just
Okay.
I'm just talking and talking and talking and giving free information. Eh? Is that the
Sorry,
way it
sir.
should work? Eh? Emmanuel, John, where is Aliu? Aliu, that is my friend, is quiet. Where is he? Aliu,
We
you
are
are
Yes,
saying,
enjoying
sir.
the class.
but you are not saying anything. Eh? You are not saying
We are
anything.
not
Yes,
saying
sir.
anything, eh? That is helping us talk.
No, everybody should talk. Drop comments in the chat box. Say, even on our WhatsApp group, go and drop comments there. As a matter of everybody, go and drop comment on our WhatsApp group. We are
Oh,
enjoying,
Jesus.
yes, we are enjoying today's class. If you have not joined, join. Everybody, we are how many? How many are we now? We are 6, Abby. Without me, I'm not. So 5 people. I'm expecting 5 people comments on our WhatsApp group. I'm waiting for it until the comments drop. We are not continuing the session. Oh, yeah, everybody. So I'm expecting 5 comments in the WhatsApp group. So take 1 minute to go and do that. I'm waiting. Thank you. Don't just say wonderful session today. Put it, if you are not in the class, join now. Put it there so people will know. Because that's the only payment you guys are. Nobody is paying. It's free. But when you encourage and you invite, because if you've noticed by now, you can see that I'm passionate about sharing this knowledge, right? All this information that we are sharing, it costs me thousands of dollars to learn these things. It's not that it's free. The company spent so much for me to get training to learn. It's not that I just woke up and I know this stuff. The company is paying so much. And every day, as you are joining, as you are learning now, that's how I join classes too, every week to learn something new so that I can come to you guys and share that information with you for free, right? So my own payment is that I like imparting knowledge and it's part of the mission for the business, right? So do the same thing and encourage and do your own part. So let me go and see how many people has dropped comment. I've seen Shida, I've seen Johnson, I've seen Emmanuel. Okay, one more person to make it 5. Who else? Okay, one more. All right. So thank you guys. So let's no, there's one person that has not commented. Okay, everybody has commented. Fantastic. Right? So you get the idea. So now another reason, apart from you communicating with a client, another reason why knowing this subject is if you are prompting
Yes.
with AI, it makes you get your result fast. Me, I'm very partial to 2 types of uh logos. That's just my personal choice. It's not that you have to use it. I'm just telling you my personal choice. I like things that are simple and colorful. And the best way I get that is using wordmark logos. Most of the logos I create is always wordmarks. If I do at most, maybe I'll do a mixed mark, but emblems and mascoting, it looks too busy for me, right? So for the purpose of this class, I'm just going to let's do a mixed mark. So I'm going to say, create a mixed mark logo for a company called Aniats that offers logistics services for events. Now, can somebody tell me why I did not stop at just saying create a mixed mark logo for a company called Aniats? Why did I add this last part? Anybody? Guys, are we
To
together?
ensure its details.
To ensure it has detail, right?
Yes.
What else?
I think it will guide the creation so that the logo will carry the information about the service render.
The logo will carry the information about the service render. And again,
Or
remember, go ahead, please.
no,
Shuda, you
no,
wanted to say
it's
something?
okay. Yeah, so
Okay,
that you just logo will just explicitly explain the service is rendering. Somehow it will reflect it.
okay. So my reflect, because remember we said a mixed mark. That means it might use a symbol and letters, right? Now, it's a logistics company, so that it doesn't use the symbol of a laptop where we are not selling laptop, so that it doesn't use the symbol of a shoe or use the symbol of a house. Because we have streamlined what the service is, the result we are going to get is going to be tailored towards that. Now, I can give another option and say, you know what? The color here is, this is orange, right? We can now say, okay, the color theme should be orange and blue. And the color theme should be orange and blue. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
So you can see the result it gave us. Now, we said it's a mixed mark, right? That means it has letters and it has a symbol, right? So this looks okay for the purpose of training, so we don't take it out. So let's say this is our logo, but I don't need the event logistics. So let me say remove the event logistics. Logistics. So now, remember why we got here was because we needed a favicon. Now, your favicon doesn't have to be the entirety of your logo. It can be a portion of your logo. And that's one of the reasons why I said we should use a mixed mark for this logo. So for this, if this was your logo now, and I need an icon that will show when the app loads, just like this, just like the one of Google here, just like the one of Lovable here. Can anybody tell me which part of this logo we can use as a favicon? Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
I think it's likely going to be that artistic A with the bottle cover shape around it.
fantastic. Because you can see the dimension, because if we use the Aniat, it's very long. By the time we compress it to the size of the favicon, it will lose shape. But if you use this, it's already small and the dimension is not too far off, right? So what I can do, just to save time, I'll just come and crop this part out and use it as my favicon. Alternatively, I can tell AI to create a favicon of that icon. So that's a long story. So let's just say Annie favicon.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Where did you get that crop from? Is it from the Gemini too?
No, that's the cropping tool on my phone, on my laptop rather.
Okay.
It's
And it crops
called,
automatically any.
yes, it can take a picture of anything. It's called sniping tool. It comes with all Windows phones.
Okay, because it's performing what I have not tried for a long time.
It's just like you are taking a screenshot.
Okay, okay.
Do you understand? It's just like you're
Yes.
taking a screenshot. It's just like you're taking a screenshot. Just type on your, it's not like you have to download it. It comes with your Windows. Just type sniping. You see it. This sniping tool. You can even do a video recording for you. So if you come, 1 minute, let me close this. So you can see the first icon is like a picture. The next one is like a video. If I click this, it will do a video, like a screen recording of whatever is on my screen. So that's what it does. Right? So we have a favicon. So I will then come here. So I will do two things. If you come to this place, click publish, right? You see this place that shows website info. Let me move this out of the way. You see this part that shows share image. What it does is, look at this link that I sent to us on Zoom. Let me put it up. Put this up. This link. If you were opening this link, let's say on your mobile or your email, or maybe if I send this link to you on WhatsApp, for example, there is a logo that will come with that link, right? That logo right now will show Lovable, but instead it should show the favicon of that particular link. So if you are developing with Lovable, the first thing you do, even before you change your favicon in the code base, is to first upload it here. So I'll click upload. Where did I save it? I think I saved it in screenshots. 1 minute. Screenshots. Aha. Select it and upload it.
Go.
So what this does is, anytime I share a link to that app, it's going to show this logo and not Lovable logo, right? So I'll save this,
Free class. Hmm? All the free class. Now only your data go dey burn.
right? So that's one. Then secondly, so let me repeat that so we see it. To update the share image with your favicon, you come to publish, come to website info, and here you click to upload any image that you want to use. Once you upload it, you update it, right? That's the first step. The second step is you now come to your chat interface with your AI agent here, right? There's an attach button. I'll click the attach button. Then I'll attach the favicon. Then I'll then prompt and say, update the site favicon to the attached. Now, if, like I always say when we are developing with Lovable, I don't chat directly for you to implement, or I don't prompt directly. Before implementing, always I advise, and it's very good to always use the chat option. What the chat option does is, it will give you a step-by-step plan of what it wants to do. If you don't like it, you then edit it. For anything I want to do, that's what I always do. Because remember, at the beginning when we started our session, we talked about hallucinations when you are using any of these AI agents, right? For the purpose of emphasis, hallucination means AI doing what you did not send it to do, or AI providing information for you that is wrong. In the case of our development platform on Lovable, hallucination here means that you can tell the AI to edit something on the home page and to go ahead to change something that is on the contact page, right? Because it loses track sometimes, right? Because remember, these things, it's not like it's perfect here, right? But if you use the chat platform, it will give you a step of what he wants to do. You review that step. In case he highlights something that you don't need, you tell it that remove this, do this. That way, it will do exactly what you want it to do. So if you want to use the chat platform, you simply click this chat button, then you click send. Any question on that?
No,
I cannot hear you.
Who can't hear? Bisola?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So now, see what he wants to modify, which is so anything you're doing when you are prompting with your AI agent, for it to implement any change, it will modify a code base or it will change a file. That is what is important to you. So after it has told you all the plans it wants to do, first it will copy what I have uploaded, it will update this. Then you come to this place, it says files to modify. You say copy, upload to favicon, then to edit the HTML, the index HTML. So the index HTML is the code base that contains everything that works on your app. The structure, where this is, that's the code base that runs everything. So it's going to edit that so it shows this. So I'm fine with this. I'll then say implement plan. It's at this point that it will then go ahead to update that favicon. Are we together? So it has updated the favicon. So let's now check if it works. So for you to save what you have done, you click publish, then you click updates. So once I update, it's still updating. Once it's done, it has updated. I'll then copy the link to the app to confirm if the favicon is showing. So now you can see what's happening. You can see at the top here, you see that the logo is now showing. Are we together? Hello?
Yes, I've seen it. On the
So it's no
screen is
longer showing the lovable logo. That's what the favicon is, right? So let's go back to our code base and continue, right? So that's the favicon. Now, the next thing I want us to look at is what you call the SRC. Now, the SRC contains all the codes for every page. Now, a page on your app or your website is a function. Let me give you an example. If I'm on, say, let's say I'm on, let's go to IBANE website. So I'm on IBANE website, for example. What you are seeing now is the home screen. The home screen is a page. Everything that you are seeing here is a page. Okay? If I go to services, services is a page. If you look at the address here, the address is the link you click to access any page. So it has ibani.ai. If I click ibani.ai to take me to the home page, if I want to go to the service page, I will add a forward stroke, then services. It takes me to the service page. For example, let's say I want to go to the about page. You see that the address will change. The address changed to ibani.ai/about. If I want to go to the news page, it changes to ibani.ai/news, right? So all these places that you are seeing, they have separate codes that whatever you edit there can reflect on your app. So if I come here now, for example, so all your pages, they're under your SRC. And if you click SRC, you see pages. If you click pages, you then see all the pages that your app has. And remember, for Anias, we are just developing, so there are not many pages here. So we have the home page, we have the index page, which loads the app, and you have the login page. Now, if I change anything on this code base, it reflects automatically on my app. Let's say, for example, I'll just delete something just for you to see what I'm talking about. Let me say I delete this part now. Right? And I save. Watch what happens on this left-hand side, on this place where we are chatting. You can see what it says. It says code edited in Lovable editor. And my app will not function well again because I have removed something from the code base. So it's going to affect the front end. Are we together?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we
We
are
are
together.
together. Now, I want to show us a function that you can use to revert back to. So let's say, for example, I did an edit on the app and it didn't come out the way I want. And I want it to go back to the previous version of the app before I did the edit. If you come to this place that look like like a clock, says view, click it, you will see all the edits that you have done on your app. So the last edit that I did now was this code that I edited. So I don't even want to stress myself. I just want to go back to the last one. I will come to this one and click this revert to this version. If I click this, I come here, it shows me what it is. So I can see that, oh, this is what I want to see. Then I'll just click restore this version. This button at the top right corner. I click and I say revert. It's going to clear off that error code that I have. Right? You see there is no error code on my page again. Now, why is this important? It is important because while building sometimes, even you yourself, you can make a mistake or you get a result that you do not want. And you don't want to prompt for that. You just want to return back to a previous version of the app. You just go ahead and use this history button. So I will go through it again. So we see where it is. At the middle of your top left corner, you click on this clock icon. It shows view history. You select where you want to go back to. It shows you what is going to be there, and you click restore this version. I don't know if that's clear enough. If there was any question on that. Is there any question? Any question?
No,
All
for
right.
me.
So how many are we on in the class now? We have 4. What's his name? Emmanuel took excuse. He said he had an emergency. I don't know why I leave his house. His network is always acting up. So let's go back again. Again, we are on our code base. Now, another thing that is important about knowing what each of these code works for is if I'm prompting, I can directly tell my AI agent what I want it to edit. Let's say, for example, the home page code is home.tsx, right? This is the home page code. So let me go to my editor. To have a better, because if you create, like we were saying, I think it was the session before the last session, if you are creating with AI, almost every other person using the same AI platform to create, if you use the same prompt, you will get almost an identical result, right? But you that you are skilled in these things, there are additional things that you can use to customize to make your app look better. So I'll use an example here. So if I want, let's say I want to change something on this home page, for example. Let's say I want to add let's say I want to add 3D effects, right? Let's say I want to add some 3D effects to this. I can come here and say add 3D effects and glass effects to the home page. And I send it to edit it. But to get a better result, I will direct my AI to the code base. So I will say edit the home.tsx file to achieve a, you see the difference here? I'm telling the AI two things that this does. It gives me more customization, that's one. It prevents hallucination. The AI will not mistakenly get lost and go and edit something on the contact page. Remember, when we were doing prompt engineering, we said that to get the best out of your AI, you have to know the way to communicate. And that's what we are doing here. So I'm going to do this. If I do this, I don't even need to use the chat button. Why? Because I have directed it to where exactly I want it to change. So I'm going to click out on the chat. I'm not using the chat. I'm just going to send. And it's going to create a better home page for me based on the instruction I've given. Are we together?
Yes, sir. So, hello, sir.
Go ahead, please.
So, in other words, if you know specifically, like you just directed the AI what to do, it's possible you don't use chat
No, you don't need to use chat.
since you are very specific.
You are already telling it. You can. So remember when we were doing introduction to generative AI, the first thing we said was AI, the engine itself, your agent itself, it does not understand English. The only reason you're able to communicate with it in English is that there are three processes that happen. You communicate in English, it goes into an interpretation to a code. Then that code goes to your AI agent. That's what you understand. Then your AI agent provides a response in form of code, then translate it back to English for you to understand. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you are prompting in English, right, you will get results. I'm not saying you will not get results. But because you are directing it to the code base, that is what he understands. He can edit code directly and give you what you want. So you don't even need to use your chat option because you're already telling it where to go and where to edit. Are we
Okay.
together? Exactly.
Yes. Thanks.
All right. So now I want to, so let's go back to our code base and keep explaining what each of them means. All right. So we've done the public pages. So now we are now on the page interface. So we said we have the home, the index, right? The login TXS is simple. That's what controls your login page. That's the code for your login page. Now, another important reason for understanding this is all these codes that was created. Normally, a coder will create this code, and that's what they will use to deploy your app. But AI has created it for you. You can then download all this code and have a backup. Let's say tomorrow your app crashes or something happens, your app gets attacked by a virus or something happens to your app, or you even mistakenly delete your project, right? It is easy for you to recreate your app because you already have the code, right? So, and to download any of your code is very simple. If you click any of the code base, let's say we want to download the index page, for example, here you will see the download button. Just click download. And save it. So if I come to my If I come to my file where I saved it, I can see it there. So what it does is, let's say tomorrow, something happens to this app and I need to recreate the app. All I need to do is all the codes that I've downloaded, I'll just come here and attach them. Come to this attach. Select it and attach. If there was another code for the home page, I'll do the same thing. Select it and attach it. So what it does is, if AI is creating the app based on this code, he's not going to assume. He's not going to, he's not going to go left and right. He's not going to change the color. He's going to recreate exactly the same thing that that code was used to create for. So what I always advise is, once you create your project and you are done, you see that, okay, I have an MVP. An MVP is a minimum viable product. It means that whatever the purpose I want to achieve for creating my app or my website, what I have created can achieve it. I can always upgrade in the future, but I have something that I can share with people for them to use. That's what your MVP is. Download all your code base, save it in a secure file. For whatever reason, anything can happen. You can always go back to it. Like the challenge that one of us had during the course of the week. If we had the code base saved somewhere, it would have been easy for us to recreate what we wanted to recreate, right? Are we together? So let's go back again to the group. Remember, I said at the beginning, this is the we are getting to the bit more technical part, right? So we need to take notes. Please, if you have questions, stop me and ask. Should I raise your hand?
Yes, sir. So you can just copy the entire code for the app.
Yes, you can. Just like I did now.
Because you just copy the session, I think the home page or the index page rather.
No, 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 no. So the index page is like, how do I put it now? The index page and your app page, right? They are like the backbone of your app. They control everything. But it's just
Okay.
like you have your skeleton, but you still have your blood, you have your bones, you have bone marrow, you have your hand, you have your flesh, you have your hair, you have your organs, those kind of things. I can't say because I have skeleton, I have a full human being. Everything makes a human being, right? Sorry, please, 1 minute. Let me take this call. 1 minute.
Hello, sir. You are muted. Oh.
Sorry, Shida. The call took a bit of a long time. So are we together?
Yes, we are.
We are together.
All right. So where were we? Where were we? What was I explaining? Okay, Shida, you asked the question. Did I
Yes,
answer
you
the
were
question?
explaining the index page and the
Uh-huh.
app.
So I was saying that your index and your app page, your app code, that's like the skeleton of your app. But if I'm recreating all this app, or if I want to recreate this app now, and I don't want to prompt, I want to just provide that code to my AI. I need all the code. If I want it to be exacting, I need all the code. That means I need the favicon. I need the I need all the pages that are here, that are in the page. I'll download all the code. I need my app code. Where is it? Right? I need my main code. This one to recreate it. The other thing I want to explain again is this. 1 minute.
So, sir, there is no way you
Right.
can. There is no way you can just copy the entire code once. There is a
No, no,
place
no,
maybe from
no,
Favi
no,
if
you
you
can't. No, you
Favicon.
can't. Not here. I will show
Okay.
you I will just the last thing we'll do now is I will show you another method where you can copy your code. There are different ways to do it.
Okay.
What was I looking for? What was I looking for? Okay, I wanted to explain components. Now, on your app or your website, you have three things. You have pages, hmm? And you have components. Sorry. Mo máa pè yín padà o. You have pages, you have components, and you have what you call hooks. Hmm? And I will explain each one. Now, we've explained what the pages is. The pages are the places that you go to on your page, home page, service page, about page, and what is there. But each of the pages have components. Now, let me give you an example. So this is the home page for HIBANE, right? But on this home page, there are different things. The first thing, you can see that the logo is placed above here, right? There is what we call the hero section. If you remember, we discussed that at the beginning of our session last week. The hero section is the first thing you see when you open your page. So this is the hero section, this section here, where you have this harnessing innovation, building Africa's new era. This entire place, that's the hero section, is a component. If you come down, this place that shows why HIBANE, pioneering movement, practical solution, community, blah, 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 is a component on that page. This featured services is a component on that page. This button that you have that says discover our services, if I click it, it takes me to our service page. That button itself is a component. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Let's go
Yes.
back to uh, code base now. Now, when I click components, you can see the CTA section is a code. The CTA section here, where is the come, let me copy Annie's app so we can 1 minute. So it's ready. Let me copy it again so we can use it to illustrate. Okay. Okay. Now, do we remember what a CTA is? Sure you are here for the other session. So do you remember what a CTA is?
CTA.
What we said it means.
Oh, can't remember.
So a CTA is abbreviation for call to action.
Oh, yeah.
Call to action. In in development terms, a CTA is anything on your app or on your website that when you click it, it triggers a action. It triggers a action that when you click it, maybe it loads another page or it does something. That's what a CTA is, right? So, like on this lovable platform now, when I click, when I chat with this AI now and say, let me say I just start whatever. This send button that I click and it passes my message to the AI agent is a CTA, right?
Okay.
This button here that I clicked for us to see our code base is a CTA, right? On Annie's page, this button that says book logistics, if you click it and it is working, it is a CTA, but we've not developed this page, right? So you get what I'm saying? So anything on your app or on your website that if you click a button or you click an icon and it triggers something else, that is what a CTA means, a call to action. It can be to register, it can be click to submit, those kind of things. Do you understand? That's what a
Yeah.
CTA is. So the CTA on this page now is this book logistics because that's the only button we have now. There's no other button here. So this CTA itself is a component on the page. There is a code that was written to create this. That's why when you click it, it can lead somewhere else or it can trigger an action, right? So on your code base, you have a separate code that created that your CTA and it will be under components. Now, why is this important? So if I was chatting with my AI agent now and I say, 1 minute, I come to components, right? Remember, the CTA here is, what color is it? It's orange, right? Let's say I want to change the CTA to red and the text should be white.
Okay.
And let's assume that there are like 5 different buttons on this page. If I just prompt AI that change the book logistics CTA text to white and the background to red, it can go ahead and implement it. But there's a tendency that it might change under other CTAs on this page because I didn't direct it to code. But if I prompt it and say, edit the CTA.tsx file to change the color of the text to white and excuse me, and the button color to red. What does this do? I'm telling the AI that go into that code base and edit only that one. Don't touch any other thing. And you get a more specific result, right? So that's one of the advantage of understanding what your code base is. Now, like I said, the components are different functions that you can have on different pages. If an IAT's page is not just a one-page development right now, you will have, so let me open another project so you can understand better what I mean by components. So take a still note. I need more water.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Oh, you are recording, Abby?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but my battery is low, so I can go and watch it in YouTube, the complete version.
It's not a problem.
I just
All right,
have
so let
to.
me. That's fine. I mean, this is the last thing we are doing anyway. I'm sure we'll round up before your phone. So let me open the cookies for this. Now. All right. So now, see the components like shown here. Because this is a fully functional app. I have the admin code, I have authentication, I have buyer, I have cart, I have chat, I have dashboard, I have inventory, I have order, I have my PWA. My PWA is the ability of my web app to install on my phone, on my device, as the case may be. I have seller, I have splash, and so on and so forth, right? These are not pages. They are functions that are in the app, or they are processes that are on the app. So that's the difference between what I wanted us to see and understand. So I think we'll end the class here today. So from next week, we'll still continue and we'll go into what you call IDEs. IDEs is an example is GitHub, where all the editing that we are doing here, that we are chatting in English, we can do it in GitHub because if we have connected your app, we edit the code there and everything you are doing there be reflected here, right? So we'll go into all that next week. Do we have any question before we call it a day? Any question?
No. For me, no.
Okay. All right. I hope we have learned something today. Should I raise your hand?
No, I'm just clapping.
Oh, clapping. All right. Thank you for the clap. All right. So Anshida says he has a low battery. So maybe during the next class you will show us what we were trying to do with your app, right?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys. See you again next week, Friday.
I can see chat you up, right?
Of course. Myself and you will continue
I
our
think
discussion.
I've learned almost 2 or 3 things I'm still going to do when I have the battery.
Not a problem.
See
Not
that?
a
Stop intimidating us here.
Is that
Oh
Bisola?
no, Bisola, you are not intimidated. You should start using what you are learning too. So there is
Bisola,
no
yeah, we have a
intimidation.
talk, me and you in private.
I know we have a talk. Don't worry, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Bisola that I met in Covenant University?
Yes,
Yes, he's the one.
Oh, how are you?
I'm fine.
Don't
Oh, okay.
mind that he has not been coming for this class.
I
Uh,
told him now.